We're broadcasting live, but before we get into the more of the music, let me introduce you to the man that we've all been waiting for. Please make some noise for our very own, Miami's very own, Michael Sterling. My brother, it's been a long time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, how y'all doing? I appreciate you.
Any Scorpions here now?
Yes. And you know this man. Yeah.
Have a seat. I don't want to be rude because I know. You see, this is when you know you've made money. When you can have a pair of shoes like Michael Sterling like this. See, I'm just regular, but Michael is extraordinary.
Yeah, these are from Austria. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, mine is from a street called...
No, those are from Italy. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
I want to know, man. I want to know, Michael, why haven't you gone fishing with one of your friends from school from back in the day? Like, he says you could never catch more fish or some of the fish that he caught. I didn't know you were a fisherman, first and foremost.
That's the reason why I didn't go. 'Cause actually...
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not too particular, like, conventional. Like, one, I don't know how to fish. Okay. I don't know how to play cards. I don't...
Really?
Nothing. Like, you know,
Hold
people's
on.
like... I know
Are you
how to
really
play.
black? Is it black? Are you...
No,
you don't play... You got to play bidwiz, at least.
I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know how to, you know, play... I can play music. I can.
Hey, you know what, brother?
That's what I was doing when other people was, you know.
I hear you, man. And that's some of the things I want to just learn about, and I want to talk about this on air as well. But what I want to learn about, you grew up, born and raised in Miami-Dade, right?
Yeah, absolutely. What do they call it? Miami Gardens now? Yeah.
Well, Michael has gave me my first lesson in pronunciation today, so I'm getting.
Now, see, I told him this is very important. That if you don't want to scare off people who don't have a paint job like you and I,
right?
You need to tell them that you're going over to
Overton. What? I heard another Overtown. I heard Overtown.
No. See, don't tell them that. If you tell them that you're going to Overtown, they're probably not going to follow you. But if you tell them, where you going? Well, we're going over to Overton. Overton. Yes.
So Overton.
Overton.
Is there anything else, sir, I need to learn right now? Please give me my lesson in front of witnesses.
Listen, I'm just trying to get him straight.
You got to get me straight. Look,
okay.
I'm a Brooklyn boy, right?
Okay, all right.
Like I said, I've been living down here way before this blessing of being a part of the Hot 105 family even took place. I was fortunate to be living down here for like 3 years, just on a low, you know, just coming to hang out with friends. That's all on the weekend. And then God opened up this wonderful opportunity, this blessing for me to do this on a full-time basis, and only thing I can do is be thankful. So I'm still learning. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all what most of us do, and you'll probably already know this. People who come from New York or other places, we come down, we go straight to South Beach.
Yeah, wrong move.
Straight.
See, wrong move.
Wrong move.
Because our people are on the other side of the bridge. You understand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think, you know what? I think you need to do a tutorial.
Yeah, man.
If you're visiting Miami, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, like, see, okay, we have rules, right? Now, if a guy named Pookie or Ray Ray says that, you know, he'll wash your car, you know, for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's from Overtown.
Let him.
Don't live.
No, it's okay. But if a guy named Pookie or Ray Ray say that they want to watch your car for you.
That's a problem? That's a problem. Well, you know what?
It's about to go wrong, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It's going wrong.
It's a good thing I come from a place called the Concrete Jungle.
Yeah, okay.
I grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
You don't know about that life.
No. But I do know about, you know, what did I live? President Street, you know, over in, what do you call it?
It's in Brooklyn, right? That's in Crown Heights.
Right, across Utica Avenue, you know, so you know where the,
You're in
you
Crown
know,
Heights.
the
That's Crown Heights, right?
And two dreadlockers stand on one side and
yeah,
say,
man,
why
yeah,
no boss?
Yeah, man, yeah. Oh, you
How
know.
about that?
You understand. Okay, so look, you know, the wonderful thing about you growing up here, you found a different love. You found a different direction. And that direction was music. I know what the first album was, 83 or something like that?
Yeah, the first, I was with this group called Silver Platinum.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that started, like 1979, 80, when we first, had that release. The solo project started, 80,
That's
three.
when those big checks start coming in, right?
That's the first checks because we was broke as glass, hey, everybody dancing. Nobody wanted to pay the fiddlers. We ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting nothing. Yeah.
Wow, man. So, growing up in Miami-Dade then, right? How hard? Because it's hard now, right? And it's always hard when we grow up. But how hard was it for you then? And what inspired you? What directed you? Was it family? Were you inspired by family to kind of do the music thing? Was it a natural transition? Because obviously you were not going to be a fisherman.
Right. No.
Not at all.
Trust me, we died of starvation. Right. No meat to fish. No, the inspiration really, it was a time period in which we were being defined largely by our paint job, right? We was being defined by our paint job.
As we still are.
That education was always a priority, for our people during that time. So it was like, okay, cool. So now, first thing you need to learn how to do is to put two sentences together, to say, properly. That right there opened the door, to the rest of the stuff, because it can be difficult trying to navigate your way, into any particular business, without first, teachers, great teachers, people, who would say, and I was very fortunate to have great teachers. Matter of fact, I'll tell you something, that band director, who's no longer with us, his name was Herbert Rhodes, taught me, right? All right. That gentleman said to me, you need to learn this, son, like you got a lot of talent, but you need to learn this. When you're green, you're growing. And when you're ripe, you're rottening. It's important. Right. So his thought process was, listen, man, when fruit is ripe, it can't do nothing but go bad from there. So you need to stay green, and keep growing. That advice right there has brought me to where I am.
Interesting. I did a little research on characteristics, personality traits. So, on your date, you're on October 26th, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So on your date, it states, and it's quite obvious by what I read, you are definitely living it. You're goal-oriented.
Yes.
You always had a goal in mind.
Yes.
And that goal fell into your mind, fell into your DNA when?
Early, as a child, early, and it's almost laughable. I was always the kid with the guitar in my hand. I could write when I was big. Yeah. It was funny, too, because, like the first thing people be thinking of is to be singing other people's songs. But not me. I was trying to write something, and my oldest brother, God rest his soul, is no longer with us. He would say to me, he would say, all right, kid, well, go ahead, let me hear it. And I'd sing it, for him with my plastic guitar.
Wow.
And,
are you self-taught?
And it's, that first. See, being in the music programs that they say are in peril these days, we was able to have the back of it. But I always could play a lot of stuff. It's so funny, right? Because a lot of people don't even know that when you're listening to those records are like 99, 100% me. It's all me playing all the instruments and arranging the strings and all of the stuff that happens. And if it's not me, there's like this guy that's sitting in here. He played trumpet, on a few important records, But other than that, it's me. So I used to. That's why I can't fish.
All right, you
trying to learn things.
Right, trying to learn. Did all of you know that Michael played all of his stuff on his music? Except for you, of course, you. You knew.
Yeah.
Did you go to school with him too?
We played.
Hold on. I need to hear this. Hold on a second.
Yeah, Michael Sterling and I, we were in a group together back in the 70s, and I played percussion and tried to do a little singing, but he was always playing. He could play all the instruments. He does it all. You know, we go way back, way back. That's why I got that pepper.
Hey, look, at least you still got the pepper. The pepper left me, so.
Oh, my God. Listen to this. Yeah, he was the better singer.
Wow. So aside from you being goal-oriented always, and this kind of testifies and piggybacks off what this young man was just saying, the most hardworking individual. You are a very hardworking individual. Do you ever take a break? I mean, do you always grind? Do you always push for more?
Always. My wife, this morning she was saying, you never stop. You don't,
like an
you don't
energizer
sleep.
bunny, huh?
You don't stop. You know, I kind of figured, I'd sleep plenty when I'm dead. My mother, that's kind of like what I was thinking, because my mother used to always say, hey, when you're dead, you're done.
Yep, you're done. You're
okay, right. See, you already know. So I was like, I haven't gotten to where it is that I believe. I mean, I have been fortunate. I'll tell you the truth. I've been blessed, man. I got a lot. Like, you would think our house is like a museum. We have like lots of gold and platinum records and stuff on the wall, right? But when people say that and they see the awards and stuff, they're like, man, look at all of this stuff. I was like, yeah, but it ain't about what you've done. It's about what you're doing. That's Euster. Euster was a rooster. I ain't on that.
Right.
You understand? Right. I'm trying to do something now. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing about Michael Sterling, you're at your best when you're organizing and managing others. Is that true?
Yes, I think so. As a matter of fact, I mean, some people would disagree, but I think I've done some of my best work in service, to others. A lot, and that worked out for me too. Great. I mean,
Yin Yang Twins, Usher, Ludacris. Yeah,
man, it's worked out for me greatly. Khaled, Nicki Minaj, and these people. It's worked wonderful, for me. Things, and even records that I've done. With other, groups, or with Inner Circle or whatever. A lot of that, it's work, man. It's work for me. So,
wow. Inner Circle. I'm going to talk about that moment because that was a big moment for you. That was kind of a turning point for you as well. Tell us, for the benefit of those who may not know, tell us who is Inner Circle.
Inner Circle is the group that brought you the song from the cop show, Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? Say, on the contrary to what Will Smith and Martin said, there actually is at least one Negro that know the words to the song. Hey, yeah, man. I had a wonderful opportunity. There's these guys from Jamaica, Roger and Ian Lewis and Towder Harvey. Those guys embraced me. I ended up going to their studio. I was producing. James T brought me in to produce the guy who was lead singer for the Shy Lights, a guy by the name of Anthony Watts.
Yeah.
That's how I got, their studios. And while I was there, Ian and Towder Harvey asked, if I would consider joining a band. I hadn't been in a band in a minute, when they asked me. And I was like, what kind of band? He was like, no, man, a reggae band. I was like, reggae? Captain, I don't know nothing about reggae, man. It was like...
Well, what were they asking you to play? Keys?
But they asked me to play, lead guitar, right? So they asked me to play lead guitar. And I was like, Captain, I don't know anything about reggae, music. I know stuff about a lot of music, because I actually started in salsa, but I don't know nothing about reggae music. And so they laughed and said, so boss, you think all Bob Marley musicians is from Jamaica? And some Yankee man in there. I said, yeah. Okay, hey, man, listen. Why, Sterling, great musician like you must can play, There you go. I learned. So.
That's what's up. Do you have a Caribbean background?
Yeah. Actually, my family is from the Bahamas. Yeah.
We got some Bahamians in here tonight.
Yeah. So, hey, later on I'll sing, 2 choruses of Shaming Scandal in the Family. You understand?
Wow, that is a good one.
Your daddy ain't your daddy, but your daddy don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's a hell of a lyric, man.
Hey.
Your daddy ain't your daddy, but your daddy don't know.
But your daddy don't know. Right, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what mother say.
that?
Go, man, go. Your daddy ain't your daddy, but your daddy don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's what they was playing all kinds of stuff in my household.
I
so
see.
There you go.
You were exposed to a lot of things. Do you
Yeah.
feel that today a lot of children are not exposed to that?
I do. I think that there's too much. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, the cultures are not really blending. There's a greater divide. You know, like when we were coming up, probably because we didn't really have any choice, you know, the elders would seize the television or the stereo
right.
or the radio.
Right.
And therefore, you naturally got exposed to things, you know, man, you know, I would be grown before I even knew some of the stuff I was singing. You know, I was like, what is he singing about? It just sounds good. One scotch, one bourbon, one beer. I don't even know what it is. But sound good, though. One double scotch, better make it strong. Gonna find my baby, it takes all night long. All of that.
Man, that's crazy.
And ain't no need knocking on the blinds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Look, I'm still caught up on your daddy.
Yeah,
your daddy,
man.
Your daddy don't know? Your daddy don't know.
Listen, see, we had New Yorkers. Like my mother, they were born in New York, so a deal of my family. We actually don't have a Southern background. Funny enough, like most people you hear is like, yeah, where you people say from? Yeah, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Or the Carolinas or. No, all those Negroes, you know what I'm saying, was from Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? It was New York. So in my house, hence why I speak the way that I speak. Because they came down here with this thing, and they wouldn't allow us to speak with any type of something like, no, that's not the way you pronounce that. That's so that you remember that that's not the way you pronounce that.
Right.
You understand.
I understand. By being a Scorpion, they say you have a unique gift of passion, ambition, and composure. Is that true?
Yes.
They also call Scorpions silent killers, too. But
yes, we are capable. Yeah.
no doubt.
The thing about it is we like remember, stuff like.
Right. Remember, we're getting ready to go live, y'all. We're getting ready to go live. It's Hot 105. We're broadcasting live. This is Hot Live, up close and personal. We invited just a couple of friends over, and for some reason, more than a couple showed up.
Yeah.
But we have Michael Sterling in the building, y'all. Please give it up for Miami's
This is a good thing, man.
very own.
Yeah, I thank you all. This is years in the making.
Years in the making, is true.
Years.
Michael Sterling, in case you haven't observed by now, is a fashionista.
Yes.
Would you call yourself that, sir?
Well, you know what?
He's wearing shoes from Australia.
Yes, Austria. Yeah.
And it's Woody. It's called Woody.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you. As a matter of fact, like, if
look
you're
really
in
warm.
Austria, they have, like, life-size posters of me.
Wearing the shoes?
Yeah, in the brochure. It's funny. These shoes are made in Austria, and they're made of wood. So this company created this. This is like the only shoe with a pattern where they found a way to make wood flexible.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, I went to the factory, man. I know the owners. They came to our home. They flew here and came to our home. Yeah.
Michael Sterling, you have done so much over the years, man, and you truly deserve to be applauded for all your creativity, for all that you have done, not only for yourself, but just in helping the brand and contribution to R&B music. And so when you look back at your body of work from the 80s or maybe late 70s, what do you say to yourself?
It's interesting. But when I look at it, I think to myself that, man, my grandchildren are going to have some stories to tell. Because it's eclectic. You know what I'm saying? People go like, wait, hold on. You got reggae records? You got hip-hop records? Wait, did he really make records on the 2 Live Crew and all that? It's like, yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But as Michael was sharing with us behind the scenes just a little while ago, you know, you were starting out real young. You were probably the only kid walking in the neighborhood with a guitar.
Yeah, and it was much larger than me too. I'm as big now as I've ever been. It's like I was like Stick Man.
Wow.
For the longest time. Yeah.
So you've taught yourself. You're self-taught when it came to music. You taught yourself how to play piano and guitar. And,
yeah.
And I heard you were a bass player too, no?
Yeah, matter of fact, that's like my main, instrument. I came to the party, playing, bass, right? That was like, that's how I got to know, this.
That brother right there, the percussion.
I got some, like, I could play like Larry Graham and Louis Johnson and the brothers. I could listen. If somebody told me, okay, what's the one instrument you ain't going hungry, playing? I can play that thing.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
So that's how I got in the band. Those guys, they were all grown. I was a kid. I was a jet. They gave me a shot. They gave me an opportunity, to be in there with these, guys. And that
showed
really,
you the way.
that I'm telling you, listen, it was my second break. First break I got, Ray Fernandez. I came to the party playing, Spanish. I'd be on the bandstand. I'm playing salsa bass.
Wow.
I come to the party playing salsa. And then, that's my first professional, gigs. But trust me, I'm a guy. Y'all know what the Jetaway is? I remember that?
Well, tell us.
The Jetaway is like the Apollo. It's a place where black folk will like run you gotta
right
get
off
off
the stage, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you got something, you can stay all night.
And so you went on that stage
as a kid. I was there. I must have been 11, 12 years old.
You never got chased off the stage?
Nah. They liked me. And so the thing it is that I got like a big promotion. I went from, he came here amateur, hour, to he's opening for John Edwards, who went on to be the Spinners.
Yeah.
There you go. That was me. So I was in from a kid, doing that. And then I went from that to Unit 3. Now I'm playing, I'm doing a salsa thing.
Right.
But then I started playing, with them guys. I was at a place called the Castaways. This is a, place, Now you would think if he was at the Castaways, how old was this jit, right?
You snuck in.
Okay. They snuck me in there. I wasn't allowed to stay in the club. It's the funniest thing because Rollins used to laugh, all the time like there was rules. And the rule was, okay, we'll let him play. But when you take a break, he has to go to the hotel room and stay there until it's time for your next set.
Wow. That's a wonderful, man. You know what? That's a wonderful way to break your way into this game. What better way than to follow those who have walked before you?
Yes, sir.
And you learned the best, and look at you now.
Man, I
appreciate
it. You know what? The thing about me is that I never took nothing, for granted. I appreciate every little thing from the smallest. Listen, people have helped me. Like, I got to mention it because it was an important moment. Barry White called me one day. I didn't know the man. I didn't even come to the phone. It was a joke, because when they told Mike, Mr. White's on the phone. Mr. White who? Barry White. Get out of here.
You should get out of here.
Barry White. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even go to the phone.
Wow, that's deep.
So he told him, well, he said he'll call back. I was laughing and came in and said, why you ain't coming to the phone? Barry White was on the phone. I was like, I don't know Barry
You
White.
know who
I don't
it
know
was.
which fool. So when the phone, he said, okay, Mr. White's on the phone, again. I come to the phone talking about, all right, let me see what clown this is. You know what I'm saying? He was playing.
Wow.
All right, bruh. You understand? What you want? Michael.
Like the voice of God, right? Yeah.
I thought to myself, either this is Barry White or this is the greatest Barry White impersonator that I ever heard.
Yeah.
But he called, and he had, talked to a good friend of mine, was a comedian, Flip Wilson's son. And he had ran into him, out on the coast, and he told him, about me. So he said, hey, Mr. White, will you call him? And he told him, he said, no, I'll call him myself. And did. And when he called me and got me on the phone after I had apologized about 40 times, you know what I'm saying? For not coming, and he laughed, he understood. He invited me to come to his home. And go to his home, and sit down, and, he listened to the music, and he felt like, he said, we had, stuff, in common. And I hadn't followed his career, so I knew. And I'd asked him about Mr. Danny Pearson, people. He laughed. He was like,
Danny Pearson.
know about that? I was like, yeah, Mr. White, he was doing so-and-so. And, hey, man, I got it real. And he told me, this was his advice. He said, listen, what you got to do is just do whatever it is in music that you're going to do for the love. And the money will come. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the money. You just do it for the love. It's kind of like basketball players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll be out on the park, you know what I'm saying, playing, going for it, Jack. If you ain't know no better, they would just be out there playing. The pros, there you go. That's me.
Do you feel that a person excels if they're most passionate about something?
I do. I think that you will excel even if it's 4 inches. You know what I'm saying? More than if you didn't have any passion for it. I'm not a believer that everything that one goes after, they will necessarily, be good at it.
Okay.
But I do believe that if you put in that extra effort, you will certainly get, forwards like Steve Harvey said. You don't try, the guarantee is for sure will not happen. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
Michael Sterling's with us tonight. We're trying to learn the man behind the music. I took the liberty of just delving a little deeper into this brother because I met Michael way, way back. But want to learn different sides of Michael Sterling. We all have different layers to ourselves. So Michael, this is called Complete the Sentence. Michael Sterling is the man who
believes in people.
Is a singer who
doesn't think that he's much of a singer.
Is most affectionate about
my family.
Michael Sterling, baby. Michael Sterling. We're hot live, up close and personal. We'll come back with Michael Sterling. He's performing live tonight, right here on The Quiet Storm. This is Hot 105. So I want to get Michael on these on this keyboard, you know what I'm saying, or on the guitar.
Listen, we're completely loaded here.
I know you are.
We got the tracks. We gonna drop bombs and missiles.
So let's drop at least one bomb.
Okay.
All right. Can we do that?
Yeah. Hey, we gonna do it.
Now I don't want you to drop the mega bomb because the mega bomb I want to do that on air, but I want you to drop a bomb for us right in here tonight.
Okay.
Right here, right now.
We'll drop one. We definitely will drop one. Matter of fact, this is one that could be. Well, this is a song that right now there's another artist that's another one of these songs of mine that's covered. All right, so do we have time? Do we have time to be able to do this number?
Yeah. We got probably like around 5-6 minutes.
Good. This is just such a number.
Perfect.
You're gonna sit for that. Okay, so now y'all ready? Because see, a part of this is because it's up close and personal that I actually would be in here really, performing. And so I came in here today earlier, and Clyde just laced, the sound. You know what? We gonna act like everybody paid their money and we at the concert. This is what would happen if you were in a building and I'm in that building. Let's do this. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. We're going to do this. I need to see y'all. Come on. Now, if you're feeling all right, let me hear you say, yeah. All right. Oh, baby. Baby, won't you listen now? Somebody please give me just a minute now to explain just what I am feeling now. I'm so lost, I've never been here before. Girl, no. For me to find love's been just a fantasy. I never thought that I'd really have someone for me. Now that I do, please, Father, tell me if I'm right. And if you know the words, just sing along. Would you just tell me? All you do is love her right. Oh, 'cause I heard gently I just say goodnight. Don't forget to tell her you're wrong. So long, baby. All you do is love her right. Oh, 'cause I heard gently I just say goodnight. Send her roses and tell her you were wrong. So wrong. All right, ladies, y'all come and see me. I met my baby waiting at a traffic light. Got her phone number and I asked if I could call that night. She told me yes, and I just smiled 'cause I feel good inside. Oh, we've been together for a while. I don't need no one else. Should I tell her or do I keep it to myself? I'm so new in love. Please, Father, get my wrong. Come on. Whoa, say it to me. Come on. All you do is love her right. Oh, 'cause I heard gently I just say goodnight. Don't forget to tell her you're wrong. So wrong, baby. All you do is love her right. 'Cause I heard gently I just say goodnight. Send her roses and tell her you were wrong. So wrong. And most of all, you got to. And most of all, you got to tell her, girl, all you got to do is love her right. If a flower say, baby, I'll make it right. Send her roses and tell her you were wrong. So wrong, baby. All you got to do is hold her tight. Give a flower, say, baby, I'll make it right. Ask for her forgiveness. Okay, now let me tell you. Since it's Hot Live and we're up in this building, y'all repeat after me. Y'all check this out. Hot Live singing in the house tonight. Move your arms from left to right. Hot Live singing in the house tonight. I know we can. I know we can. One more time. Hot Live singing in the house tonight. Move your arms from left to right. Yeah. Hot Live singing in the house tonight. Forgive me, hey. Forgive me, hey. 'Cause I know that you know I ain't never going nowhere. I'm gonna stay right here because I love you. Girl, when I think about the things you do for me in the middle of the night, it makes me feel so good, baby. you, baby, every night. And take her in your arms and say, I'll make it right. Ask for forgiveness. Say, forgive me, baby. Oh, yes.
Michael Sterling. That's a bad boy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. See?
Did you like it? So, Michael.
Yes, sir.
You command the audience. And no, you take care of the stage. Who would you say that you looked at? Like Michael looked at Jackie Wilson, right? Who were you looking at when you were growing up? Even though you knew that music was your thing and music was going to be the path that you took. But in terms of your singing, because you're like a trifecta. Like you're just not a singer. You're a songwriter, an award-winning songwriter. You're a musician, but you're also a vocalist. So I'm just trying to get a good idea of like who was really the person who kind of you paid attention to.
Big heroes. Okay, Felipe Wynn.
Spinners.
Yeah, I was big Spinners. Pendergrass.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, I saw your little movie, so I'm glad you said that, because I saw a little Michael Jackson movie that he did. I'm like, okay.
You know, I'm not exactly certain, like, where they all came from, because, like, I was a big James Brown fan. You know, Brown was in... Listen, there's a T-shirt Brown had, he put out that says, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, with his face on it. My parents had to, like, pry that off of me, man. I was all the way with that program, right there. Yeah, so it's funny, like I like all of these guys like OJ's. So people think, it's like Little Anthony. A lot of people don't realize the high singer. The first thing you do is, when you hear your voice is, I had to work on the lower register thing. Because when I used to sing in the Jetaway and stuff like that, I was like, I used to sing like Gladys Knight songs and Aretha Franklin songs. Those would be the, songs like, well, okay, what's he going to sing? And here's Little Michael, and he will be singing, Until You Come Back to Me. Or, You're the Best Thing. And my mother would say, no, just sing You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. You do well with that. They'll throw the money. They'll throw the money. They'll throw the money when you say that.
You're the only one in the family that sings? Say again? You're the only one in your family that sung?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, because my mother couldn't carry a tune if it had handles. You understand? It's like...
Yeah,
no,
right.
Trust me when I say, no. She used to make jokes. She'd be like, on a hill far away, stood an old rugged cross. But my father, he could sing bass singing, stuff like that. But there was like no tenors. So they used to kind of look at me like, okay, maybe he got something. It's funny because people didn't know, like, sometimes it's like that. I come in a household where it is that they didn't think much of me. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, because like no one in the hood came out of there doing anything. So the likelihood of you being able to do it is probably not. It was up to my mother. I'd have been a lawyer or teaching music down at, the university.
Look at you now. Look at you now, man.
Yeah. She got a chance to see that. Hey, when I bought my first Rolls Royce, my mother was like,
her first Rolls Royce.
When I bought it, my mom was like, she was like, let me drive it. I always got to say I drove one of these. She didn't know. Like Donnie Simpson had introduced the video on BET, and that kind of told her he could really do something.
We're getting ready to go live in just a moment, right? Oh, I hear the choir.
Yeah.
Hot live, baby. Hot live, up close and personal. This is the Quiet Storm. Holiday edition. And our special guest tonight is Brother Michael Sterling. Man, thank you for that performance that you just gave us just a little while ago. Your fan base here in South Florida is phenomenal, and it always has been.
Yes.
And they're loyal, to you. I saw you in Overton.
Exactly. See? There you go.
He's teaching me. He's teaching me the lingo. I'm learning the lingo. I saw him in Overton at the Hampton House.
Yeah.
I was deep in there. And that was my first experience because I'm learning the history of South Florida as well. But to see you in performance, man, was always, and I saw you in performance once in New York, but to see the growth in you, it's just amazing. But I want to talk about the opportunities that you had, because you've had some wonderful and blessed opportunities that you shared with us. You know, a lot of people helped you out along the way, but you have also been blessed to make a song called Lovers and Friends, which I want to understand how that came along. Lovers and Friends. Let's talk about that first. Okay. Let's talk about the inspiration behind that song, Michael.
It had largely to do with melody and stuff, you know, that I was playing, you know, on the piano, and it didn't really have any words, you know, and I kept, you know, playing it, and people around was saying like, "Hey, man, you know, you should record, you know, that." Didn't really know what it is. Like sometimes, like when you write, you just write a song, and you know what it's going to be. This particular thing was just a melody thing. I could show you.
Yeah, sure.
I'll show you. Yeah, this is.
I'm curious to know how this works.
Yeah, see, some of these people are gonna see me play for the first time. It was like, wait. I didn't know he could play nothing.
I didn't know you could play anything.
Thought he played flowers.
I'm gonna learn tonight.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna learn tonight.
He was like, I thought he played flowers. It was like, no. Okay, well. All right. Just that, and that's all it is, right?
Wait. Slow down, Mike. Slow down.
Yeah.
So wait, you get at the piano and you just start doing this.
Yeah, because that's kind of like how it works. We always believe, we often believe that, you know, the inspiration comes like from the heavens. You know, it just comes, you know, down. So for me, that's what I heard. It's just that. So I actually recorded the whole song. It had no words. It had nothing. I didn't know what it was going to say. So you were hoping that the music would speak to me.
Well, I guess it spoke to you.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, it actually did. It finally came, you know, to me that, okay, what that melody should be saying. And when I finally came up with what the melody should be saying, then I just had to worry about the verses. It gets a lot easier, you know, once you know that that's what it is. But I always found it interesting. Like, you know, Usher and Nicki, you know, Khaled, those guys, they made a whole song out of just that. Whereas you started.
But that was fine because you did the music, right?
Right, because for me, yeah, but for me, that was like, okay, that's just a hook. It needed to have the other stuff. So all of that stuff, you know, that was there that no one used, you know, in the other recordings, I was doing that stuff, and that's where the passion actually, you know, comes in.
All right, so can I ask you, because you can't tease us anymore with the song. Right? We want to hear it, right? We want to hear it. Can you play and sing this song for us tonight?
Yeah. You know, I would much rather do the version, the song. I don't want to just give you, you know, just the piano. I want to give you the whole. I want to give you the whole, you know, the boom pow pow, you know. Cause I want you all. I want them to feel it all come, you know, to life.
Michael, we're ready. We're ready.
All right, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Sterling. Let's give him some love. Let's give Michael Sterling. Lovers and Friends on Hot 105.
Would
live.
you just tell me, baby, Oh, tell me, baby. If we can be lovers and friends, my baby. Girl, I'll take my jacket off for this one. Oh, somebody help me. Can you feel the love? Can you feel the love tonight? Woo. I'm gonna sing this thing. I'm gonna give it to you the way it is that it was conceived, okay? It's my best Lenny Green. So. You know, I spent a lot of time running away from love because I didn't want to be tied down. I was afraid that I might miss something. But you know, life is funny. I found that I was missing something anyway. I was missing all of your good love. Being the beautiful and considerate person that you are, you showed me nothing but kindness, tenderness, and respect. And that's why I'm here. It takes a grown man to admit when he's been a fool, and darling, I've been a fool, and I'm sorry. But now that I'm back, baby, anything you want, anything you think you want, I'll get it for you. Just do this for me. Put your hand in mine. Girl, don't waste no time. I love you and that's all that matters. Place your trust in me. Darling, you will see the kind of love that makes the world go round. You're my woman. You're the one that wraps your love around me so tight. I can feel it. I can feel it, girl. Come on, tell me again. Tell me again, my baby. Oh. That we'll be lovers and friends. We will be so much more, girl. Tell me again. Tell me again, girl. Come on. That we'll be lovers and friends. Lovers and friends, my baby. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Listen, I've waited for so long. Girl, with you I belong. I don't care about age because that's just a number. Between me and you, there's so much we can do. We can start right now. Let me love on your mind. So, Yes, I can, baby. Girl, I will take care of you.
That will be lovers.
About how sweet, baby. And I'll buy one for your mama, too. I will.
Tell me again.
If you feel in love like I do, just tell me
We'll be lovers and friends.
that you want me, baby. That you want me now. Come on. That's how I feel, baby. When you touch me, we're gonna get it on all night long. 'Cause I believe in us, baby. I do. Let me say, you see, sometimes in the middle of the night, when you just hold me, baby, it feels so good. I need y'all to say it with me. I say, ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all sing it.
Tell me again.
Would you just tell me, girl,
That we'll be lovers and friends.
that we will be lovers, my baby?
Michael Sterling. Hot live, up close and personal with Michael Sterling inside the Quiet Storm tonight. And being so, I don't want you to be cooled off. I want you to hit us off with Holiday. Can you hit us off with Holiday? Holiday. Holiday, holiday, holiday. Give that to us, Mike. Give that to us. Holiday.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know, we call this song right here, this song's a people song. Oh, thank you. I want to do this one for you, so. See, many years ago, I thought that a song like this needed to be spoken on and delivered. So, we don't always get it right, but this particular time I thought that I would just get out my pen and see if I could write something that actually would be useful, you know, to people. Because during the holidays, we often miss the ones we love. And this song here actually came home and struck our family, where it is that I lost my nephew, Lil David Johnson, in the military. And so that particular refrain about the soldiers hits home for me. Anyway, using the airwaves just to talk to you, to send my message loud and clear. I used to be private, but I don't care anymore. I'll tell the whole world if that's what it takes, my dear. Y'all sing it with me.
Just like the soldiers.
That ain't coming home this year.
Just like the fellas.
In prison, I miss you so much. And again,
Just like the children.
that ran away, want to come home tonight. Here's a message from coast to coast, that when it really hurts the most is
On
on
a holiday.
that's when it hurts, baby. Thanksgiving, Christmas, oh, crying on New Year's Eve, on a holiday. That's when it gets to me, baby. So if you can't do anything else, would you please just say a prayer, light a candle for me? I do, I do. I pray that you receive this message, baby. hope it finds you at a good time. You might have others to share your love with, but I only have you holding on in my mind. Just like the soldiers, come on, that ain't coming home this year. Just like the fellas in this prison that miss you so much, my dear. Just like the children that ran away and won't take you home tonight. Here's a message from coast to coast that when the family can't stand it the most on a holiday, I do. That's when it hurts, baby. Thanksgiving, Christmas, crying on New Year's Eve on a holiday. Like Easter, baby, I really miss seeing the children. So if you can't do anything else, would you please just say a prayer and light a candle for me, oh baby? Would you do that for me, darling? Honey, Valentine, Christmas, crying on New Year's Eve on a holiday. That's when it gets to me, baby. Though many people say I'm wasting my time, in my heart I feel you still be mine. When I get home to you, baby, when I come home to you, darling, honey, Thanksgiving and Kwanzaa, baby, the 4th of July, I'll tell you no lie, I miss you, baby. Ooh, yes, baby.
It's Hot 105. Hot live, up close and personal tonight. The Quiet Storm edition. Mr. Michael Sterling. Mr. Michael Sterling.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Michael Sterling. Man.
See? We in here. I told y'all, we ain't cheating. we ain't gonna cheat you tonight. Oh, no.
We're going to come back more with Michael Sterling, but thanks for locking into Hot 105 tonight. We wish that you could be here, but we have a couple of folks in here tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight. Happy holidays to you. This is Hot 105.
I promise you, we're not done. Hey, wait. We saved the big one, okay?
All right, well, I don't want you to give me the atom bomb yet.
Yeah.
But because I'm going to save that for the air.
Okay.
So we just went into commercials.
Okay.
But I do want you to give us some more music.
No, I'm just saying. We got, you know, well, see now, it depends on if you want me to sing any of those on the air. Cause we held a couple of really big songs.
For air? For here?
So your call.
Oh, come on, Mike. You're killing
Now,
me.
see, we can do one for them.
Let's do one for
We
now.
can do one for the air, but we got big ones.
Okay. I want one now.
Okay.
And then I want one big one for the air, too.
Okay. All right.
I didn't know I had to negotiate this deal tonight. Somebody had to help. Is there a lawyer in the building tonight? Is there?
See, now, I'm just saying. We have so much, you know. I decided I would come down here and do some stuff. I even half the things, thank you. See that? You know, brother get thirsty up here. Like, hey.
Hold on. Mike, you know, there was a brother over here that said something about when you were performing. What were you saying, brother?
Ain't no school like old school.
Okay, that's what it is. See, it's interesting because I said, we know that this town where I come from, we hard, you know, on them. But at the same time, if you work hard and you got something, this audience has been known to take artists around the world. Some people don't even realize the amount of records that was broken out here that's classics, like, you know, songs like, you know, What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Those are records that started here. Nobody heard them anywhere in the world here. Things like Ring My Bell, you know what I'm saying, Anita Ward. You're talking about old school. See, people don't know, you know, Casey and the Sunshine Band, That's the Way I Like It, you know, and all of this stuff. these are, they're the artists that came before, me. When he said we pay homage to. I was impressed with the works of Jimmy Bohorn and Timmy Thomas. These guys were brilliant, with that. And for me, those were the inspirations, especially me talk about Queen Betty. Betty Wright, for me, was like national treasure, okay? And I'll fight anybody who say different. Okay, I'll fight right now.
Not to mention Eugene Wilde.
Hey, listen, he and I come up, we down like 4 flat tires. Don't even talk about Eugene Wilde, because we played in the clubs, and stuff, together. We come up, around here. And I always say, it's important. Our people have to learn how to extend their memory, because, people be acting like if somebody ain't made a contribution, that really was impactful, and like, yeah, man, it's back in the day, it's not relevant. Yeah, all of us won't be as blessed and fortunate to have people, take your music, across these timelines. Everybody don't get that, but that don't mean, okay, like I came up, I can pick up my guitar. We was on some Nat King Cole, stuff. I was a big Johnny Mathis fan. I'm sorry, I just was.
No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That was the foundation for a lot of R&B that expanded big time.
And there's so many. All right, let me get my get fill. Some of y'all was probably wondering if somebody else was gonna come to play this, but.
You came a long way, man, from a plastic guitar, didn't you? Mighty long way.
I know what you're thinking. This brother in here playing some Tracy Chapman, huh? Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back. Give me one reason to stay here. Yo, see, don't play with her. Hey, see, who would have thought?
I'm listening. I'm watching.
Come on, ladies, y'all serious. Oh, see, I know something. Okay, since y'all old school, we kicking it. What is this? Okay, I couldn't fool y'all with that one, huh? All right, if y'all know it, say it. Y'all sing it. Sometimes it seems so funny, no money can turn. See that? They're ready tonight. All right. Okay, all right. See, I can see, wait. When you were 8 and you had bad traits, go to school to learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys. I see now. Hey, we had a few now. Ah, la 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 la. Come on. Standing across the room, I saw you smile. I said I wanna talk to you for a little while. But before I make my moves, my emotions start running wild. My tongue gets tired, and that's no lie. Looking in your big, ooh yes, and I want just to say it to you. Come on, sing it. Girl, I want sweat to you. Girl, I wanna make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry, I wanna push it some more. Ah, la, la. Oh, see there? Now, you know, that's to show you. You know, music, it crosses all, you know, colors. Matter of fact, you know, I've been known to, sometimes people ask me like, hey, man, well, why'd you stop recording? I was like, I didn't stop recording. What happened is that certain people stopped supporting the music. But the good news is that, you know, fortunately for me, the world is a big place. Okay, world's a big place, and music, you know, has been playing, you know, all around, you know, the world, and I've been doing these things, you know. Yeah, I just need to, move, stand up. Yeah, hey, wait. Now, it's not like it ain't like we ain't got them, Neil. Hey, wait, hold on. We got some. Hey, you know what? Hey, since we're in here kicking it, let me play you one of these records that probably nobody in this room ever knew that I made this record. All right, brace yourself for this one. Y'all remember that?
Wow, really?
How about that? How about that? Now, this record, which was one of the biggest, you know, dance records that people got their party on, I made this record. I'm even rapping on this record. Nobody even knew. So I ain't want nobody to know. We called the group the Invisibles because nobody would ever get a chance to see. But anyway, hey, pump it up, Clyde. Let me tell them what I rap. D-Contel in the place about. Y'all know it? Y'all know it? Let me hear you say it. Rock and roll. Catch you in the... D-Contel in the place about 10:30. He was looking for a lady just to be his friend. Come had the coolest image you could ever see. Fort knocks around his neck, mohawk like Mr. T.
You know, Michael, you have peeled off so many things, and I don't know if everyone in this room knew what you have done beside from the two songs that stand out the most. But, brother, you have contributed a lot, as I knew in the very, very beginning. But you have contributed a lot, man, to R&B and to music in general. You haven't let nothing stop your persistence and your push to get you where you are today. So, in other words, you're getting a lot of checks in the mail, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
No question, no question. But talk to those who might be pursuing this game of music and don't really understand the importance of writing. if they are gifted with that ability?
Sure. There's a guy once said to me, he said, it's really important. Like, I had this habit of, like, if I'm thinking of something and okay, that's not fly, scratch that. The guy was like, no, don't throw anything away. Take the time out, develop it. Perhaps, your writing, it'll come to you as you get, better. Now, a lot of folks don't know the secret to being a good writer is being well read. It's a little difficult to do it if you don't, as far as like if lyrics have anything to do with it, you're going to need.
So one would assume that you are well read. You stayed in the books.
I tried, yeah.
And you still do?
Well, I was fortunate enough to have great mentors that, said to me that, hey, man, you should know about this. You should know about that. And listen, you ever hear of War and Peace? No. Oh, okay, I'm going to bring it for you to read. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly what those particular, Torresdorn is,
Well, brother, you don't have to figure out too many other things.
Hey,
we understand where your gift is and where your ability lies.
Keep writing,
now,
man.
for sure.
Keep writing because things, there's things in our business, like, for instance, good friend of mine by the name of Pretty Tony, another talented producer, writer, from around here. When we were laughing about a year or so ago about a Cadbury commercial from a song that he, that he
wrote it.
Right? Like, who knew? If 20-odd years, 25 years later, 30 years, biggest, checks because something will be used in a diaper commercial, and whatever. So sometimes the composition don't hit right away, and then, like Lil Jon told me, Lil Jon said to me, he was like, yo, man, I knew about I was trying to explain to Usher, yo, this is like, live, you sing this. And they didn't believe John. So John said to them, okay, no problem. Let us do it for my album.
Nice.
Hey.
It didn't matter.
Okay.
The check is still the check.
There you go, man.
Michael Sterling, before we get you out of here, because we have 10 o'clock time tunnel coming up in just a moment, there's a couple of things. As you prepare to do another song for us live on air tonight, I do want to throw it to anyone who is in studio with us tonight. If you have a question for Michael Sterling, hold on just a moment. So get ready, Mike, to perform.
Okay.
Let me get your name, my love, and where you're from.
I'm from Hollywood. My name is Tammy Curry.
Hey, Tammy.
Hi, Michael. I am your biggest fan.
I appreciate you, girl.
I have 4 kids. I thank you for them.
Okay. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm going to tell you, my favorite song is One More Chance.
Oh, okay.
Every time my baby daddy got mad with me, he came and played that song.
Oh, yeah. See,
and I'm going to tell you the part that it was on.
Okay.
The part that say, nothing I wouldn't do, girl.
Okay.
One more try, baby. When he played that, I'm getting in.
Wow.
I think I know that part. That part, right.
Play that part, Mike.
I think it's the part she's talking about. All I need is one more chance to prove my love. Girl, there's not one thing I wouldn't do. Not a thing I wouldn't do, baby. One more try, baby. One more try, girl. Please, I will not leave until you tell me yes. Hold me. Come on, baby, squeeze me. I believe you never.
Stop, Mike. I'm glad her baby daddy ain't here, because she would give him another chance just because you sang it live tonight. All right, hold on. Let's go in a different direction. We have a young man here.
Okay.
What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Deontay Calloway from Fort Lauderdale. I'm a young, aspiring music producer. I want to know if you had any advice you could give me.
Hey, listen. What I think when it comes down to music, producing is one, try to skip across as many timelines as you can, with each, genre. Doesn't matter whether or not it's rock and roll, reggae, hip hop, R&B. Just take music as 5 lines and 4 spaces. So it doesn't really matter, what it is. That's, one. And don't be afraid of guys who are not established, yet. Because today's opening act is tomorrow's headliner. Okay? All right.
Thank you. All right, one more, and we'll get that song ready, man. Get that song ready. 10 o'clock time total coming up in just a moment. Let's get your name and where you're from.
My name is Alexis, and I'm from Pompano Beach, Florida. I have a question. I have this friend. They love music. They like to sing, but they are shy. So how can I help them?
Okay, well, listen. Here's the thing. The key, to the shyness most of the time is because of, lack of encouragement from people, who it is. What you do is gather up some folk, right? Gather up some folk, and whatever it is, that they're bringing, they just edging them on. Like old black parents used to do. Oh, baby, that's wonderful. Like my wife, like my granddaughter busts in the room, right? My granddaughter busts in the room, and she doesn't care what I'm doing. She thinks truly she is the boss of me, right? And she would say, she comes in and whatever it is that she's performing, whatever it is. My wife being there, you cheering and all. If you ain't know no better, you think it was Luther Vandross at Madison Square Garden. Oh, baby, that's wonderful. You sing it, girl. Yeah, that's my wife. So that's what I would suggest. Get up a crew. And when they start doing their thing, y'all be like, oh, man, girl, y'all handling that.
Mike, wow. Man, this has been a wonderful opportunity. And before we close out, I just want to make sure that I wish you and your family a blessed and wonderful holiday, man.
Thank you, man.
May 2020 bring you more success, but more blessings, most importantly.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, it's important that I say this. When I leave here, I'm going to Brittany Sports Bar. I'm going to Brittany in Lauderdale. That's where I'm going. As a matter of fact, they're doing a tribute for me tonight.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing a tribute. The band is in there. Kalo and them, they in there. They're gonna get it in. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm going. I'm going tonight.
So everybody can come with you.
Yeah.
Everybody can go with you.
Hey, see that? You heard it. Lenny, go. Wait,
the
y'all
party,
want to follow us over
the
there?
after party.
Okay, we in there with part 2. And you know this, man.
Exactly. So, look, what song are you going to hit us off with?
Okay, this song that I'm going to do, this will be the first time. Okay, this is a song that I wrote. One of the queens, of Miami hip-hop. Group's called Anquiet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and if you listen, see, he has fans in here. Okay, anyway. So this is a song, that I wrote and produced this song, and my good friend Jimmy here played, trumpet, on the, record. But anyway, I do this song, in concert, off the, in places. It's one of my, Monica has sang it, and Trina, Avant has sang it. You understand what
wow.
the Yang Twins. I'm going to sing it for you all tonight, and trust me, you're going to love it.
This is Michael Stilling live, baby, on Hot 105 as we get into it. An exclusive.
Okay, y'all ready? We going. Okay, y'all repeat after me. Check it out. Can I just break it down? Break it down. I'm gonna say it again. Let me just break it down. Break it down for you. Okay, here's my story. I never met a person quite like you. Someone that makes me feel love. I wanna be the one that you are thinking of. Oh, one that brightens your day. Because there's nobody else that can do the things you do. Forever I'll be
help me sing it.
Tell you what I feel in my heart. I wrote this song just to sing. No one's ever gonna love me, nobody but you. I'll be yours from this very day, because there's nobody else that can make me feel the way you do. I'll always be true. So when you feel the need to love, let me be the one you're thinking of, because we'll make it so.
Okay, y'all don't need me. Come on. Now, let me tell you, to be with you is all I ever hope for. You can teach me so very much, and I can teach you a few things too. Y'all remember that? About the other night, when we were talking about you growing, but it's not just me who's growing. You know who's growing? We're growing. Anyway, I just want to tell you all from the bottom of my heart that I appreciate you because you're mine. And I'm going to say it like this.
Girl, just run to me, cause there'll never be another. No, there'll never be another for me. Let me say it again, girl. Girl, just run to me, cause there'll never be another. I know, there'll never be another for me, baby.
Thank you.
Michael Sterling, come on. Y'all can do better than that. Michael Sterling! It looks like y'all had a good time tonight. Did you have a good time tonight? Once again, thank you so much for being a part of the Quiet Storms Hot Live Up Close and Personal. Michael wants to meet you, take pictures with you, so don't run out the door. I just want to wish everybody in this building, though, a blessed and wonderful Merry Christmas, a wonderful and prosperous New Year. If you're traveling from South Florida to go someplace else, please be safe around your, as you travel up, and make sure you lock in and download the Hot 105 app.